In the automotive industry, the prestige of a luxury badge is completely downstream of a much colder metric: sustained, measurable engineering reliability. The primary tool for measuring this is the Consumer Reports Annual Brand Report Card, a document that functions as an influential diagnostic of corporate automotive strategy. This diagram shows the scale of the study's data pool. Researchers aggregate ratings for 1.1 million subscriber vehicles into the funnel. This data is cross-examined against rigorous government safety tests and the magazine's own road tests. The resulting dataset offers a mathematically precise reflection of a manufacturer's operational consistency and their management of product life cycles. The insights extracted from the 2015 data directly challenged conventional assumptions regarding legacy market share and historical dominance. First, the index revealed a total dominance by Japanese manufacturers at the absolute top of the reliability hierarchy. Second, it captured a highly anomalous breakthrough by a domestic American legacy brand into that elite tier. And third, the data exposed a complete vacuum of reliability in America's highest-selling, most profitable vehicle segment. To accurately map the trajectory of the global auto market, we need to deconstruct the operational realities driving these three specific outcomes. Toyota Motor Corporation's Lexus brand finished on top of the overall index for the third consecutive year. This victory is a singular data point within a broader structural advantage. Japanese manufacturers aggressively captured 4 of the top 5 overall places. Mazda secured the number 2 position, distinguishing itself as the highest-ranking non-luxury brand in the entire study. The top tier was completed by Toyota coming in 3rd and Subaru taking 5th. This chart maps the metric driving that placement, the percentage of tested models that Consumer Reports recommends for purchase. Subaru led this group at 80%. Followed by Lexus at 78%. The rest of the Japanese leaders cluster behind them, with Toyota at 68% and Mazda at 67%. The sole disruption in this top 5 bracket comes from Germany, with Volkswagen Group's Audi holding the 4th place position. Returning to the recommendation chart, we can see Audi's underlying rate sits at 56%. There is a stark mathematical gap between this European luxury brand and the tight Japanese cluster above it. This gap illustrates a crucial reality. Premium pricing and European luxury heritage do not serve as mathematical substitutes for the strict engineering consistency demonstrated by the top Japanese firms. Historically, U.S. domestic brands have struggled to compete in the highest echelons of this specific index. The 2015 disruptor was GM's Buick. By securing the number 7 spot, it became the first U.S. brand to ever break into the top 10. To contextualize that placement, Buick finished immediately behind Germany's elite performance brand, Porsche. This chart highlights the anomaly that propelled Buick to the top tier, an 83% recommended rate, the absolute highest in the survey. But Buick's success sits in stark contrast to the rest of the domestic market. No other U.S. brand had even half its models recommended. As Jake Fisher, the director of automotive testing, observed, today, many domestic models can go toe-to-toe with the best imports. Buick's performance proves that domestic manufacturers possess the necessary engineering capacity. Therefore, the failure of other U.S. brands to reach this threshold is a direct result of strategic compromise, not an inability to build reliable vehicles. This brings us to the most glaring omission in the 2015 report: the highly profitable, legacy-dominated pickup truck segment. Out of 1.1 million vehicle ratings, 0 pickup trucks were awarded a Best designation by the magazine. We can categorize these truck failures into 2 distinct strategic risk buckets, starting with degraded reliability. The previous year's winner, the Fiat Chrysler Ram 1500, lost its ranking entirely because its reliability degraded over time, according to user data. The General Motors Chevrolet Silverado falls into this same risk bucket, having been explicitly judged by Consumer Reports as unreliable. The second strategic risk bucket is the life cycle reset, where vehicle platforms are entirely too new to possess an operational history. This creates an ultimate irony. America's absolute best-selling model, the Ford F-150, was disqualified from the top spot simply because the redesign was too new to have a viable testing record. The Chevrolet Colorado suffered the exact same disqualification for lacking sufficient time on the road. Major platform updates or resting comfortably on legacy workhorse status creates a massive vulnerability. It temporarily erases a brand's data-driven market advantage until they can prove their engineering holds up in the real world. When we pivot to the individual model category winners, they strongly reinforce these macro-level brand equity trends. While Audi lagged behind the Japanese cluster in overall recommendation percentages, the Audi A6 still dominated by winning Best Luxury Car for the third straight year. Japanese dominance in the SUV sector was absolute, with the Subaru Forester winning top small SUV, and the Toyota Highlander taking the crown for the top mid-sized SUV. General Motors claimed a secondary victory alongside Buick, with the Chevrolet Impala taking Best Large Sedan. But the absolute disruptor was Tesla Motors. The Model S took the crown for Best Overall Model for the second consecutive year. While legacy internal combustion categories like trucks struggle with reliability and life cycle gaps, completely new electrical architectures are successfully seizing the absolute highest honors. Zooming out to the 2015 brand matrix, we see three clear lessons. Lexus proves the value of sustained consistency. Buick proves domestic potential through anomalous quality control, and the empty truck sector proves the danger of lifecycle gaps. For corporate strategists, the fundamental lesson is that long-term brand equity cannot exist without underlying, measurable engineering consistency. Legacy market share and historical prestige offer zero protection against rigorous, data-driven consumer evaluation. The market ruthlessly discards past assumptions in favor of current performance data. In the modern automotive landscape, prestige is merely rented, reliability is owned.